Normally when sports teams are dominant, we go out of our way to tune in. UConn is incredible, and yet many claim their dominance is why people shouldn't watch. Saturday afternoon, UConn's women's basketball team beat Mississippi State by a score of 98-38 in the Sweet 16. Their 60-point margin of victory was the largest of any Sweet 16 game of all time, and larger than any other margin of victory in the NCAA Tournament. Mississippi State was not a chump. The Bulldogs went 28-8 this year and earned a 5 seed in the NCAA Tournament. They won 2 games in the NCAA Tournament to make the Sweet 16, and then they got demolished. This is UConn. They're a juggernaut so superb that they make relatively good teams look like they're playing another sport. We need to take a moment to discuss how preposterous UConn's dominance is. The Huskies are 35-0 right now. Here is a breakdown of their games. Margin of victory: number of wins 60 or more, 4, 5-0, 5-9, 6, 4-0, 4-9, 1-5, 3-0, 3-9, 1, 2-0, 2-9, 4, 1-0, 1-9, 5-1, 9-0. UConn was more likely to win by 50 or more points this season than they were to win by anywhere between 1 and 29 points. The closest thing they did to losing was winning by 10 points. This comes after going 38-1, 40-0 the year before that, and winning the national title at a measly 35-4 the year before that. They will be the first team ever to four-peat if they win their next 3 games. A lot of people have said UConn's dominance is a sign women's college basketball is broken, but actually examining the sport reveals that's not the case. Women's basketball has parity. Well, it has parity everywhere except Connecticut. UConn isn't winning because they have the only strong, fast and tall women in the world. Watch UConn, and their dominance is as much about finesse and great basketball skill as it is physical dominance. Breanna Stewart is a physical force, but she's also a knockdown shooter and a nimble passer. Moriah Jefferson is a speedster, but also shoots 39% from deep and over 90% from the line. They aren't simply overpowering opponents, they're overpowering them and outshooting them. Look at this NCAA tournament. 4th-seeded Syracuse and 7th-seeded Washington have qualified for the Final Four. This sport isn't just a few powerhouses destroying everybody. There's UConn, and there's everybody else, but there's certainly parity among everybody else. Women's college hoops recruiting is more competitive than men's hoops recruiting. Yes, UConn is the best recruiting team in women's college basketball. Stewart and Jefferson were the top 2 players in the class of 2012, but they didn't have any of the top 75 players in the class of 2013, and none of the top 10 in the class of 2014. A 538 analysis of women's college basketball recruiting revealed the powerhouses in men's basketball, Kentucky and Duke, etc., land a higher percentage of top recruits than women's powerhouses. Kentucky gets the best recruits every year, and then those recruits leave for the NBA, while UConn only gets 1 set of top recruits per 4 years. The wealth is shared more equally. Other schools have had access to top players. UConn has turned into an unstoppable destructive force anyway. UConn doesn't just get the best talent, it develops it, and just landing top talent doesn't make you this dominant. Breanna Stewart's development as a player underscores that. As a freshman, she wasn't much of a shooter and only had 1 assist per game. Now she's a legitimate threat from beyond the arc and